and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Amy, and if you have not seen my face before, welcome. Today, I will be talking about some shows I think you should watch. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you guys liked it. And if you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to keep up with all of my upcoming content. So let's just get right on into the video. So I'm going to start off with Netflix because I feel like that's the most popular streaming service I guess there is. So the first thing I have that you should watch from Netflix is All American. All American is based on the life of NFL linebacker Spencer Paysinger, and he played for the New York Giants, Miami Dolphins, Carolina Panthers, and the New York Jets. There's 2 seasons of this show. It features Daniel Ezra as Spencer James in the show, and it's just so good. I really like the way they displayed his life, and obviously when TV shows or movies are based on real events, they are not exactly what happened. They're normally more dramatized for entertainment purposes, but I think it does a really good job of explaining his story while also keeping it very entertaining. Next is The Umbrella Academy. So Umbrella Academy is about 6 siblings with different abilities, supernatural abilities, I guess you could say. And 5 of them are known as very young crime fighters and became very famous for it when they were young. And after not seeing each other for a very prolonged amount of time, they finally see each other at their old house, mourning the death of their father. But once they get to the house, a few strange things start happening and they start getting very curious about these things. There's only 1 season at the moment, but in a few days, the 2nd season comes out. It comes out July 31st of 2020, and I am so excited. It's so interesting. Once you watch the first episode, you're just hooked in it, and you can't get out of it. And it's not the show that I would normally watch, but it's very interesting and different from what you normally see on TV. It's also based off a comic book series, I believe. So yeah, I definitely suggest you go watch it. It's very interesting and it's a really well done show. Okay, so the next show I have for Netflix is Avatar: The Last Airbender. I had never watched anime before really, and I literally got hooked on it so fast. I'm going to try my best to explain Avatar: The Last Airbender, but it's not going to be the best explanation. So basically in this world, it's divided into 4 nations, which are the 4 elements. People of the specific nations have the power to control their element that they were born into. But there is the Avatar, and the Avatar can become a master of all 4 of the elements. Once an old Avatar passes, another one is born. So there's never not an Avatar. So the intro to the show is kind of what I'm going to explain to you now because it explains what's happening in the world at the time. The Fire Nation has been trying to take over the world for the last 100 years. But the Avatar had been missing for those 100 years, and they assumed it either disappeared or the cycle of avatars had stopped and there would never be an Avatar again. But then 2 teenagers find him trapped in a block of ice, and the story kind of goes on from there. There's 3 seasons, and from what I've heard, Netflix is actually planning on doing a live action version based on the show. So that's really fun, and I think that's really cool. And honestly, the show is just so good. It warms your heart. It made me cry, mostly in the 3rd season, but we don't talk about that. There's a movie version of it. Don't watch that. It's not good. Okay, and then I have 2 honorable mention shows that I think you should watch, but I'm not going to explain fully. The first honorable mention is Dynasty. It's a remake of the original show Dynasty. It has Elizabeth Gillies. It's about a rich family dealing with drama and a lot of family issues. If you are interested in something like that, go watch Dynasty. And then my second honorable mention is Love is Blind. Love is Blind is a reality TV show. It makes you lose brain cells. But if you're looking for a show to lose brain cells to and just watch and like forget everything else that's happening in life, go watch Love is Blind. Okay, next we're going to talk about Hulu because I feel like it's also a very popular streaming service. So the first show I recommend is Catfish. I would like to give a shout out to my friend Esther. We would watch Catfish every day in first period together, and just some very good memories. Okay, so I'm going to put the definition of catfishing right up here so you can see what it is before I get into explaining the show. So Catfish was based off of a documentary of this guy Neve getting catfished and going to meet up with his catfisher. I don't know if that's the right terminology. Then he's like, well, we have to help people with this. So him and his friend Max started a TV show. They did 7 seasons together where they would research and track down a person's online boyfriend or girlfriend or just online friend. They connect with them, they track them down, and then they meet up with them so that the person who contacted Catfish can see if they were really getting catfished or not. Then in season 8, Max left the show and Neve went on a hunt for his new co-host. And his new co-host is Cammie Crawford, and they will be doing season 9 together. They're doing it completely virtual, so they're doing the whole thing through Zoom. Very interesting. I'm very excited. It comes out August 5th of 2020, and I'm very excited to watch it. Me and Esther will be having a Zoom party to watch it. Okay, so my next Hulu show is What We Did in the Shadows. This show is very hard to explain, but if you like The Office or Parks and Rec or Community or any of those type shows, then you should like What We Do in the Shadows. It's about vampires living among us. It's very Office-like. There's 2 seasons. The second season just came out, but yeah, it's really funny, and if you just want a show to laugh to, go watch What We Do in the Shadows. Next we have Rick and Morty. I know this is so basic, but it's still hilarious. I'm gonna put this out here before I say this. Rick and Morty is rated PG-14, so check with your parents before you can watch this if you're under the age of 14. Rick, which is Morty's grandpa, basically comes and lives with his daughter and his daughter's family, which is Summer, Morty, her and her husband. So Rick is kind of like a mad scientist. So Morty gets very kind of interested in what Rick's doing, and then they go on a whole bunch of missions together through different dimensions and into space and all this cool stuff. There's 3 seasons on Hulu. The 4th one is only on Adult Swim. I don't know what that is, so I haven't seen the 4th season. But yeah, it kind of just shows them living their everyday lives being crazy scientists, I guess. Okay, next we're gonna talk about Disney Plus, because once it came out, I was addicted. To start with Disney Plus is Hamilton. If you are going to watch anything out of what I recommend, go watch Hamilton. So Hamilton is the original Broadway musical that premiered in Richard Rodgers Theater in New York on January 20th, 2015. It tells the story of one of the USA's founding fathers, Alexander Hamilton, and his life once he got to America. So it features Lin-Manuel Miranda, who is the musical composer and also came up with Hamilton, and he also plays Alexander Hamilton. And it also has some amazing people like Daveed Diggs and Philippa Sue, as well as Anthony Ramos, and just some more amazing actors that made this show great. So the original Broadway cast was pro-shot by Disney, and now it's on Disney Plus for everyone to see. Even if you don't like musicals that much, I definitely go suggest watching it because it's just such a good story. And also, being a musical theater kid, this show has a special place in my heart, so yeah, go watch Hamilton. So the next show is Gravity Falls. I watched Gravity Falls when it was on Disney XD, but I know not a lot of people did. Gravity Falls is about 2 siblings, Dipper and Mabel, going to visit their great uncle in Gravity Falls for the summer to go help him at his mystery shack, which is like a tourist trap, because Gravity Falls is known as a very mysterious touristy town. But then Dipper finds this book full of mysteries and creatures and some pretty other cool things. There's this Illuminati triangle. His name is Bill. He floats around and curses everyone. It has 2 seasons, and it's very conspiracy theory Illuminati-esque. It's a very interesting show. So next is a mini subcategory, I guess, YouTube. So I only have 2 shows that I suggest you go watch. So first is James Charles's series Instant Influencer. I watched that show and it was so good. I also really like James Charles, and I love makeup and I love learning about makeup. It's very Project Runway-esque. So if you like Project Runway, you'll probably like this show. So basically, they start off with a group of competitors who are good at makeup, and then each episode they're given a different challenge, and the weakest link of the second challenge gets eliminated. And the challenges are also very interesting. It deals with makeup, obviously. but also just things influencers have to do. Making videos, editing videos, and just YouTuber things. So yeah, to me that's very interesting, and I think you guys should watch it if you are interested in that type of thing. Okay, so the last show or series I think you should watch is kind of suggestive towards my musical theater kids. So the musical Legally Blonde was very popular at the time that it was on Broadway. So when they were searching for a new Elle Woods, they decided that they were going to film The Search for the Next Elle Woods, and that is what it's called. It's called The Search for the Next Elle Woods, and it is about a group of girls that come to New York and train to be the next Elle Woods. At the end of the show, the contestant that wins the last episode became the next Elle Woods on Broadway, and the challenges involved dancing, singing, stage presence, acting. So it was very much getting that Broadway experience and seeing how they would actually do if they were on the stage. And yeah, that's all of the shows and series I recommend for you guys. I hope you guys like these series I recommended. If you want more videos like this of me recommending different shows and movies, make sure to comment down below. I have watched a lot of shows and movies, and it would not be hard for me to make another video about this. Make sure to comment some show recommendations and other videos that you would want to see from me. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked this video, and subscribe if you like this type of content. And lastly, make sure to turn on that post notification bell so you can keep up with all of my upcoming content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in a few days. Bye!